Hello and welcome to the show.
Welcome.
How are you doing out there? Today we're going to talk about toxic relationships.
If you feel like you are in a toxic relationship, don't even worry because you're not the only one. I've been in a toxic relationship, he's been in a toxic relationship, so we're going to give you some advice.
Whilst you are in that toxic relationship, there are positives that can come out of it because you can get to know yourself and hopefully you can grow and eventually have the strength or the balls to get out of that relationship. First of all, we're going to identify the telltale signs that suggest that you're in a toxic relationship.
First thing, there's a lot of lies in your relationship. You feel like your partner is being very fake to you. They promise you something that they don't do it. Many kind of lies, many kind of mistakes that they repeat one and another time.
So I would say like a lot of those telltale signs when people are super selfish, and it's kind of self-explanatory, says people will talk about themselves. They never ask you how your day is. It could be, for example, they come in and like in the couples that we have, you know, the what the fuck are we doing together couple, perfect example, just all about themselves really.
He or she is not helping you to do the things that you really want to do, your dreams, your projects, whatever. You don't gonna feel any help.
Because they actually won't be interested anyway. Everything is a competition. Could be a professional career or your personal life, and they want to all of a sudden seem to want to do that. Maybe it could be because of lack of personality, or maybe they actually want to feel like they actually want to be challenging you. They want to be better than you. So everything is just a competition, basically, almost like you're fighting against each other or you're playing against each other instead of actually working together and being a team.
Your partner tries to make you jealous. They're gonna act like they like someone else, or they're gonna act with some taboos. So they are making you feel jealous in purpose because they feel insecure and they want attention.
When your partner puts you down, and this is a deep one, when your partner doesn't have any tolerance for your negative qualities, that basically means that that's pretty self-explanatory as well. When you know they only like the good side, you know, and they don't take you for who you are. They have no patience whatsoever. Critiquing you or saying whatever you do is shit. They could be physically saying, you know, you're fat, you're ugly, you're skinny, your hair looks crap.
The partner's being aggressive. It's very common. A lot of fights with any little reason. There's a fight. And
any conversation can turn into a fight as well.
Any conversation can turn into a fight.
And it's just about getting one up on the other person as well. It's not actually about working something out. If you're having a conversation, it's not about a resolution. It's just about getting one up on the other person.
It's like they need to fight because they need to put out that anger that they have. In a normal relationship, in a healthy relationship, it's normal to have like misunderstandings, but they try to end in a
resolution.
But in a toxic relationship, it's all about fighting and winning.
And another sign is that it could become very addictive. You can actually be addicted to fighting and taking out this anger on the opposite person, which is actually supposed to be your partner. Never feeling good enough in a relationship to the other person. So feeling like, you know, you're always having to validate, the other person has to validate what you do, feeling like the other person, you know, you want to make them laugh and you're a cool, bubbly kind of person or whatever, and you just feel like your personalities don't go together, like they never, not necessarily laugh at any of your jokes, but they don't even listen to you, they're not into what you say. You're always trying. When the other person starts giving their attention to a phone, another person, watching the TV all the time, that's a very dangerous sign because they don't know how to communicate with you, and they're not communicating with you, and that's where they're getting their attention from.
You don't know how to be yourself. You feel like you need to think twice every time that you need to ask a question, talk about one subject. You feel like the girl or the guy that you was like funny, cool, you don't know where is it. You see yourself in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself. When you go party, usually you take 1 or 2 drinks, and now you are taking 5. If you take some drugs, you take way more. That's another sign. You know, you go extra because you don't feel good and you want to like forget the reality with some kind of like drugs, alcohol, or whatever.
we're not just gonna go through the telltale signs and not basically tell you how to get the fuck out of a situation like that. Like, we're gonna basically, this is just strictly our advice and what we think, and going from our experience as well. So this is what we think. The first step is always the hardest step. To take the leap of faith is always the hardest thing, but once you've done that, you're in the clear.
So first ways to get out of that shit is love yourself. Think, you have one question that always works, like think, do you see yourself in the future with that person? Always work.
And you know, well, you know, isn't it? You know, if you think about it at that moment, you're gonna be like, your instinct's never gonna lie to you. Your gut's never gonna lie to you.
So listen more to your conscience and forget your subconscious, because it's so bad. What you are doing now is lying to yourself, so listening to your subconscious. But your conscience is like there saying, get out of here, like get out of here, and your subconscious is like, no, stay, you know, you see there's a lot of bad relationships around you, so at least you have this, you have some kind of stability.
Familiarity breeds contempt, you know, like you can be super familiar with something and not realize that it can be super dangerous and bad for you, and just get stuck in this. You could be worth so much more.
If you stop your relationship, don't go back, because like people say, and it's disgusting, but it's like vomit and then eat your vomiting. So if you decide to be strong, keep that power, and move, you know. If you need to move to another country, if you need to change everything, do it.
That's a big problem.
It's gonna work.
That's a big problem though, because I'll be really honest with you, I've listened to conversations with women and watched things where women have actually said that once I'm actually out of a relationship, if I'm single, then because I don't want to have a big body count and I don't want to have slept with, be known by everyone to have slept with loads of men, I go and sleep with an ex. So that makes them, like, it makes it all right. And it's just like, because women don't want to be, but the thing is, women don't want to be seen to have sex with loads of different men. Yes. So they go back and have sex with an ex or something like that. So it looks like it's better when it's actually can actually be worse.
Usually if you start a relationship just after you just broke one relationship and you jump into another one, it's gonna be just another different version of what you had, because you still not ready. You really need to be single for a while, trust me.
People do that for a reason, though. People do that so they can actually forget about the other person that they were with. It's just a rebound person.
Exactly.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people actually don't want to be alone. They're afraid to be alone and actually not be on their own and actually experience life themselves. They have to have somebody in their bed, or there could be many reasons.
Like I said in the beginning, being in a shitty relationship help you so much to know what you want and what you don't want. So at the end, it's you who win.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. It's a really good vlog. Just remember that when one door closes, another door opens. There's many opportunities out there for you.
You only live once, so YOLO mood. It's true. Be happy, be positive. Everything's gonna be okay. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy.